guys, welcome to the Holistic Hottie, a soul-centered podcast where we have raw conversations with authenticity and intention. Today we'll be starting a three-part series of the Battle of the Sexes. We'll be diving into double standards of male and females, masculine and feminine energy, and also the hot takes when it comes to dating partners. Today on the show I have with me Thea Hayel, my best friend Eduardo, and then my really good friend Alejandro / old coworker. I felt that they would be great to kind of balance out the masculine side of things versus the feminine side of things. So I'm really excited to get into it today. Hot heels and high vibes, let's get into it. So we're going to be speaking about male and female energies and what the masculine roles look like and what the female roles look like. Typically in a male, you want them to be the provider, the leader, responsible, logical, problem solver. And then with females, they're more nurturing, empathetic, playful, alluring, and expressive. And to each one, we all have different traits that are maybe more important to us or things that carry more significance. So I wanted to ask you guys, from a male perspective, what do you guys personally look for in a woman when you're dating? Do you think it's a better match when you guys have opposite vibes because you can teach each other new things? Or are you more on the vibe of similarities to grow into what you guys actually initially like to begin with?
When you have similarities, you're familiar, you get along with a lot of stuff you guys are already doing.
Right.
Or separate, right? When you guys are opposites, I feel like it invites more conversation because now you're learning, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because when you're in a relationship with somebody that you have the same traditions, values, and maybe the same experiences and stuff like that, I feel like conversation kind of dies down because you have nothing to ask, right?
I think relationships build off of adversity and differences. If you're too similar, not to say there's nothing you can build on, but I think like tension and opposing views makes it stronger in a relationship.
It can, but that invites you to go out in the world together to try new things.
Yeah.
And then you learn how you react to different things, right?
Right.
Like you might find out your partner might not like a certain type of food and you love that. And now that's a new conversation. Why don't you like it?
Right.
Certain things
Yeah.
like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's important to have your core values be similar.
Right, yeah. Like the real meaty stuff of the relationship.
Yes.
Yeah.
Other stuff like I like this, you like that, or those are things that at the end of the day are kind of trivial and I feel don't really matter. But when it comes to the core stuff, I think that is something that should be similar.
What are your core values in a relationship?
I mean, for me, I would say politically, there has to be the same values.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I could never date someone that was a racist.
Yeah.
That to me, I'm like, that's
deal
a deal breaker.
Yeah.
There's certain things that are deal breakers to me. And I think everyone has their different things that's where you draw the line. And you're like, I can't do that. But with other stuff, then it is. I think that having differences allows you to, have different experiences, have better conversations, new experiences. So it's good to have differences.
Right.
Honestly, I would have to also jump on what Hayel said, very much core, your morals, what type of person you are in different scenarios, how are you in public versus in private?
Yeah, confidence is a big one.
Okay, yeah.
Me personally, knowing who I am and how I am as a person, I could never date a guy that wasn't confident.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what it is that you are. If you're a total fucking weirdo, embrace it.
Right.
Love it. Own it. Be comfortable in your skin, whatever that is.
Okay.
And I will always love and appreciate and respect that. Somebody that really walks with confidence. This is what I am. Take it or leave it.
Right. kind of diving into like the confidence thing too, do you think that jealousy is an insecurity, or is it just being protective of what you have at home?
I think it's insecurity.
Really? Okay.
I really think that it's insecurity. It's coming from something.
Okay.
There's certain things that may inspire some jealousy, but I think for girls or guys that are overly jealous,
Yeah.
that's your shit. And that's one thing that I don't do either.
Okay.
Jealousy, I can't.
Yeah.
No.
What about you guys? Do you think jealousy is an insecurity, or is it guarding what you have?
I think it'd be both.
If we're at a party and some girl walks up to, my boyfriend,
But what if she's just introducing herself?
I'm not gonna be like, what is this bitch doing? Like, don't say that. Like, no.
No, that is insecure. That's a little crazy and controlling.
That's too much.
But I can see what you're saying of like jealousy being an insecurity, but I also think it's like guarding, and it is circumstantial, because if a man, how do I say this?
It's because it's like guarding. I get what you're saying. Like, if a girl, if she doesn't know that I'm his girlfriend, and then I tell her, like, or he says, oh, this is my girlfriend,
yeah,
and she still is trying to like,
or he like goes to like talk to him, and she's like, oh my god, you're so fun, I love your eyes. No, then
you're like, okay. Oh my god.
Yeah.
But if it's just friendly, like, Mark has a lot of girlfriends that he's close to.
Yeah.
And he'll kiss some of them on the mouth.
Uh-huh.
I've never once have felt like, how fucking dare you? No, never. Because I know that it's just who he is. It's he's affectionate, and it's his way of showing love. I'm not gonna feel any type of way about it.
Right. So it is circumstantial, because I would probably lose my shit. Woman's standpoint, just because I think you can agree with me on this one, that us women know when a woman is playing a little too playful towards our partner, and the men are kind of just blindsided, and they're just like, oh no, that's just how she is. And I'm like, no, from a woman perspective, I see the way she's speaking to you, the way that she's touching you, the body language. That's when I think jealousy is more guarding and not insecurity.
So like in those situations, like, do you guys have to step up and tell the woman something, or would you guys expect your man to shut down something that you knew was already like?
Ooh.
I would expect him. I would first, my initial response would be, I would hope that you would shut that down before me having to say anything. You should look at my face and know, and I'm like, oh, I need to shut this down before she gets upset.
Yeah. Especially if I already like made a notion of it, like that I'm kind of picking up certain vibes, then it should already be on his radar that I feel a type of way about it. And if it escalates further, I shouldn't have to say anything, because I already told you how I felt, and this is your homegirl, or this is someone that you know, or whatever. Out of respect for your woman, you should be assertive and lay down the line. But if she doesn't listen, then I could get involved and like say my piece. But I do believe it should come from him first, because you're the leader and you're assertive, right? So take action and show that you're going to respect your woman.
Well, it's just having respect for that other person. It has nothing to do with like being a leader or anything. It's just having that respect for your partner. At the end of the day, if you're so easily distracted by another girl and you're wanting to flirt, then you and I shouldn't be together then.
Yeah.
Then go have fun.
Right.
I'm not someone that's gonna get jealous. I just don't, because if that's obviously there's something there, then cool.
Right.
Then I could just walk away.
Yeah.
Because if you really know that you're loved and that your man respects you, then those thoughts aren't even gonna cross your mind.
That is very, very true. I was more, I'm still like 70-30 in like the guarding versus the insecurity aspect. But the more you say it, I think the more secure you feel with your relationship, the less jealousy that will come up.
And secure of who you are as a person too.
Yeah. Right. Right.
I know what I bring to the table, and trust me, I am not afraid to eat alone.
Right. Period. If a man made less money than me, I don't think it would affect my relationship at all, because there are other ways that a man can provide and show up for me that's not just monetary, that'll also make up for the lack of that. And I don't also believe that a man is 100% responsible for the financial aspects of a relationship. I do believe it's not a even split. It could be a 50-50 or a 70-30, 60-40, whatever. But I do believe in a split because personally, I like to be able to also like provide and add things into the relationship, and just kind of like sitting back and having someone take care of me 24/7 doesn't sit right with me. I like to actively work or like earn certain things, and I also like to provide and treat. So I'm okay with the financial split. I'm not all the man has to do everything and provide because he's a man, so he has to pay all my bills and pay the house mortgage and pay my car note. And I'm okay with paying my own bills and then getting treated every once in a while, and also treating my man in exchange.
I don't think that it's a right or wrong thing. I think that it's extremely important for you to be honest about, realistically, about what your needs are. Okay, for me, right? Like,
Right.
I want to travel.
Yeah.
I want to travel. I like eating good food. I'm not saying that I wouldn't date someone that made less money than me for now,
Right.
as long as I knew that he was working towards a goal.
Yeah, and not just complacent where he's at, but he has something to level him up.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that it's wrong, because if that's what makes you happy and you're fine, because there's a lot of people that are content with having a very, very simple, minimalistic life. And that's great. And you should find a girl that is also like that.
Right.
Whether you have a man or not, you still have to deal with that problem. You still have to deal with that $1,500 car note.
Yep.
It's not like you're gonna go to dad. Maybe you are. Who knows? It's not like you're gonna go to dad and be like, I need $1,500.
Right.
So like, and then you say you like to travel, experience new foods. I agree. I'm the same way. But when you say, okay, I'm gonna book a trip to Hawaii and get this hotel, blah blah, it's gonna cost $5,000. Where's the $5,000 coming from? All from the man, or hey, I can put in $2,500. Can you help me out with the rest? What's going on?
You see, I'm 100% more appealed to that aspect than having my man pay $5,000 for the trip, and then I don't pay anything.
Because, yeah, like we're making it seem like, oh, I want to eat good, I want to travel. What are you gonna do about it? It's like,
right.
What do you mean? Like,
but that's where I feel like is the issue nowadays. I mean, I agree with everything that you said, but just kind of like to piggyback off of the differences that I see in like female and males nowadays is there are women who fully expect the man to do that. Like, if they're not going to pay their bills or take them on these trips and take them to these nice dinners and buy them all these expensive gifts all the time, it's like, oh, I can't have a man like that. Like, that's not a man for me. I need someone who could really take care of me. And not to shit on people who have that mindset. If that's for you, cool, whatever. But why should a man be obligated to just pour all of these things into you? Like, what are you giving to him in exchange?
That's my thing, is that I don't like girls that just expect. But I'm thinking, okay, fine, you're asking for all these things, but what are you giving to the relationship?
They don't want to cook. They don't want to clean.
That's always they getting this cookie.
Yeah, they think coochie is like a universal, just like everything. They think it's like the power of the universe, which it is. If you want to get spiritual and talk about birthing and motherhood and things of that sort. But just because you got good coochie doesn't mean it equates to all these trips and lavish gifts and stuff like that. Like, that's crazy to me.
Yeah, because they could get that anywhere else too.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's like
what else are you providing for the relationship? It's not just like give me, and I have to, because I'm not the type of person either. I never ask for expensive stuff or expensive bags or this or that. And I'm more so of, I will never ask my man to do something that I wouldn't be willing to do in return.
Period. Oh my God, I agree with that so much. But I see it literally all the time that they just expect to be taken on these lavish dates and do all this and that. But it's like, when have you taken your man on a date night? Like, and when I say stuff like that, because I have so many different friends in different stances of their relationship and different views that they have, but there's a lot of people nowadays that are like, oh, you're planning a date for your man, you're going to take him out, you're going to pay the bill. Like, Yeah, like why does my man is always expected to pay the bill? Like why? And even at restaurants, there'll be times when me and my partner go out to dinner and like I'm gonna treat and I'm gonna pay the bill. They be looking at us so weird when I put my card down, or like even just by instinct. I don't know if you guys notice when you're on a date with like your partner, they always put the bill in front of the man. Like
It
why?
ain't even gotta be a date. You are with friends, and it's like, let's say, like two girls and a dude, or however many. Like, let's say it's a big group, and you got more women and then a couple dudes. It's always gonna land in the dudes' laps.
Always, and it's a societal thing, of course, but
I mean, they always tend to make more money than we do. They do get paid
Yes,
more
right.
than we do. And I think, again, that's also a very circumstantial thing, because if I make $5,000 a month and my boyfriend makes $30,000 a month,
Mhm.
yeah, I would expect him to pick up the bill.
100%. Yes,
The bills,
100%.
apartment, the car,
No, not
30 bands.
No.
not everything. But if we go out, yes, I'm gonna expect him to pay because he
Right.
makes so much more than
Yes.
I do.
I agree.
If we were to make the same amount,
Yes.
then yeah, of course, like I will always pitch in. I will always go half.
Absolutely. I believe that 100%, and not to like air out my personal business, but my relationship, we make just about the same amount of money. So our relationship is very much like give and take. We're just very much givers and exchangers and all of that sort of things. So it's mind-boggling to me that when there are partners who make the same amount of money, a woman still expects a man to put all this money forward, and she's just gonna be cool, just chilling in her little cozy corner, not having to do as much work as him.
Yeah, that's
when they
not
make
fair.
the same amount of money,
Yeah,
that's so not
fair.
cool.
That's
and
not
then they
fair.
want to call the man cheap.
Or to ask to like go somewhere that's like ridiculously expensive.
Yeah, and just expect
For me, like,
give it.
and when
yeah.
I say like I like good food, that means that there's a lot of fucking mom and pop places.
Hell yeah.
That's the good food.
Yes.
That's the good food.
Right.
So I'm not saying, because I've been to places that are really expensive and
Yeah.
you're like, oh dude, my mom
Food
makes
sucks.
this way
Yeah.
better. Or I could have made this shit
Right.
better.
Yeah.
If
That.
you're making like the same amount,
Yes.
if he makes way more than you do, then yes, I think
Then
that
that
he
is
should
cheap.
pay.
That's considered cheap. If you, like you said, he makes 50,000 a month and you're making like what, 5K a month, and you go to dinner and he wants to split the bill,
No.
then that's cheap. No,
Yeah.
that I
Find
can
somebody
agree. That's
else.
yes. But like she said, if you're making the same amount, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And people want to label us as little pick-me's and stuff like that, which is fine. I love catering to my man and all that, so I'm fine with that label.
If you have the money to pay for everything, I will.
Right? Yeah.
It's just how it's written.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But again, it doesn't hurt, like you said, to just pay for the dessert after. Want a coleslaw?
Yeah, it
Right.
doesn't have to be a grand
Pay
thing.
your $20.
A nice gesture. Yeah.
It's the thought
like,
that
I
counts.
appreciate it. Like that's
Yeah.
what I know, that you're not just here to be like.
Wait, it's like when they said like, what's the equivalent of flowers to men, and like on TikTok they'd be like, what is it, banana pudding or something like that?
Yeah, stuff like make me a
it's just a
dessert.
small- yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. So like, but like I said, like for the big stuff, as a man, like I'm not gonna take you somewhere where I can't afford.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Exactly.
like, if I know I can afford it, even if it's just for that one night,
Mhm.
or I'm gonna drop $200, $300, $400, $600, $700 for one night, even if it's a good dinner, it's just for that one night, I'm gonna do it
Right.
because I like the experience, and I know you're gonna like the experience.
Yes.
Right? Where it gets me sometimes, where girls like on TikTok today, I saw a Latina girl. I don't know if you guys have heard the Ramos Buchones.
Oh,
It's
the
a
big
bouquet of
bouquets,
flowers,
yes.
right? A
Uh-huh.
bouquet-ass bouquet. And that's right. She's like, "Where's mine? I have never gotten one. All I did is Mexican." Right? And I'm like, "Cool. I understand." Like, but like, those are $300-$400.
They're expensive. Yes.
No, they're a couple bands. They're a
Yeah.
couple bands.
I would
Not
rather take you out somewhere and experience something that's wasting on flowers are gonna be dead in
In a week.
Yes.
Yes.
So-
I
That
agree.
is straight up stupidity. And don't you think though that is more so, because I would ask, is it really that you want it for yourself, or is it that you just want to show off?
Show off. 100%.
But again, like I know there's some girls that really love flowers,
Right.
and that's their thing. And they love to receive them. But again, it's just kind of like I don't see the value in it.
Right.
Right? Like if I was to get as a man, if I was to get flowers, I'd be like, oh shit, nice, you know?
Yeah. I mean, they
That's
sell.
it.
You can get like a dozen roses for under like $15, and that's the thought that counts. You don't have to always go like Ed said, spend all this fucking money on these giant fucking bouquets. They're
Not even
expensive.
If you like live in the ghetto, there are always gonna be like Hispanic ladies selling at every corner.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And they sell them. They sell really, really good.
Yeah,
Like,
and they
really
make them
good.
themselves too.
Yeah.
They're cute.
I find that to be just completely fucking ridiculous. Like, you're a fucking idiot. Because I would have been like, look, you could have spent half of that and we could have gone to Rosarito for the weekend. You know?
Well, some people, and also what social media made it, right?
That's
Or
the
if your
thing.
man,
I think
he
that's
could, you know, like I was saying, like if he wanted to, he could, or whatever.
Yeah, if he wanted to, he would.
Right.
That doesn't make sense.
I could drop $200-$300 on a freaking bouquet, but I'd rather go out and eat with you somewhere, or go do a mini trip somewhere.
like have
Right.
an experience.
Yes.
Because I think the shitty part about all of this is that girls are doing it more because they need validation, or they want to like one up another one, or to rub it in someone's face. Look at what my man does for me and yours doesn't. Where it doesn't have to be that.
No.
At all. Like if that is your idea of what love is, then you have it so ass backwards.
No,
and
100%.
No, you have it so backwards, because that's not what love is.
I think materialism in a relationship is the least important thing, because sure, a man can sit here and provide all these gifts and these roses and all these trips and stuff like that, but the way that he loves you with like intention and his quality time is so much more valuable and meaningful. And like you were saying, that's where the real love is, because there are
how does he show up for you?
Yeah, exactly. That is so much more important than all of the gifts and all of the show off kind of tendencies, because I could fully be living in a cardboard box with my partner and be just as content than if we were in some bougie beach house on the coast of Hawaii, 100%. Because I know That is not a lie. That is not a lie.
The first time.
That is not a lie.
No.
You would not be. You can barely get by with the shit we have now.
I would. You know, if I had to, I would be content in a cardboard box, because I know the quality of my relationship. My relationship is not based on materialism. Yes, we like to exchange gifts and that sort, but even if I didn't have the gifts, I could get by with like a $10 Grinchmas meal over a fucking Louis Vuitton bag, and it's the thought behind it. You know what I mean?
I get that, but
It's capped.
$10
It's capped.
Christmas meal is so different from a cardboard box. But I'm just saying, yes, I get
It's the quality over quantity.
Yes, I get that.
Yes. No, let me rephrase that. I would be happier in a cardboard box with someone. Listen.
It has to have
Listen.
You wouldn't even live in the cardboard box if it didn't have a
I would have much more fun in a quality. Now you got my fucked up.
You did drive that Lexus, bro.
I would be much more content in a cardboard box with a man who respected me, valued me, and loved me and cherished me, than a man who has no fucking emotional depth but can put me in these lavish penthouses but has no quality time, no sense of cherishment, nothing to make me feel special, because all he has to offer is monetary support. I prefer quality of heart and love over materialism. You guys both said that you find your wife when you find your girlfriend, correct? I feel nowadays that women want the ring without the essential like housewife training duties, in a sense that they don't want to cook or they don't want to clean. They don't want to cater to their man. They don't want to do the things that a wife would do until they get that ring. However, how are you going to get the ring if you're not showing all of those different types of displays to actually show that you are wifey material?
It could be a double standard, right? Because then, what if I don't do the husband things when we're in the boyfriend stage? Because when you consider bare bones, what I look for in a wife is a wife that can not cook for me every night, but cook for me.
Okay.
Can help, and when I mean help, whereas I also do my part and help keep the house clean.
Right. Nobody wants to take care of a man.
Exactly.
Well, this is like in a traditional role.
Yeah, no, not even just that in a traditional role, right? But like, just like I said, like.
Well, because you say clean the house, who's going to be at home more? You or her.
That's the thing,
Doesn't
is
matter,
that
doesn't know, who knows?
because everything's changed now. Before
Right.
you could say that because women didn't work.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you
Now,
think of
now
like,
both
back
partners
in
be
the
working.
50s,
Yeah.
where they stayed home, they took care of the kids, they cooked the food, they did the laundry, they did all that because they stayed home.
Right.
The man worked. And even then, I found it to be crazy because I came across an actual magazine from the 50s that gave you a list
Oh,
of,
like housewife duties?
yes, of what it was to be a good wife.
Do you remember what it said?
Oh, dear Lord. It said, oh, make sure that when he comes home, you have a cocktail ready for him.
Hey.
As like, to like put his slippers on, like take off his shoes and put his slippers on.
Some
Make sure that you
lingerie,
have-
some lingerie on.
Make sure that he has a cocktail, and when he walks in, he should walk into a house smelling like dinner and have the dinner ready. And
You have candles
everything, like everything was revolved around catering to the man. But again, it was written by a man.
Okay.
So, but now everything's different because you have, in a household, you have both partners
Right.
working just as much. So why should it fall on the girl?
That's very
I
true.
don't think that that should be a gender thing. Like, you work. It should be a team. It's a team effort.
It is, 100%.
Like, if I'm cooking, Mark is helping me with all the dishes and cleaning up after me as I'm cooking.
Right.
But if he's cooking, I'm doing that.
Right. It's
I'm
dishes.
cleaning up, doing the dishes, drying stuff, getting the table ready while he's doing this. It should be, I think, a group effort.
Yeah, and even women, I know you're saying there is an imbalance now because women and men are working just the same. But even then, I still feel like I see nowadays women don't want to do that for real. And they look at the women who do that, who do like cater to their man and they make sure like dinner's on the table and things of that sort. They look at them like a little like lower, like less than. Like, damn, like you cater to your man for real? Like, yeah, if my man is being the provider in different aspects, why wouldn't I want to cater to my man? I don't know, that's just something that I see.
And I love that. I mean, I love catering and making him feel like he's someone that is adored, appreciated.
Right.
I see how hard you work. Coming home to it like a nice massage. Guys like candles too, right? You guys like a nice vibe setup.
You can enjoy it.
Special
Right?
lighting, candles, music,
I do. I like
scents.
candles.
The scent, you're gonna get rubbed
Yeah.
down.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I think it should be.
With the happy ending. Well, yeah, you know, might as well.
But yeah, I think that you should want to do that. And if you don't want to do it, then you're in the wrong. I think you're in the wrong relationship.
Yeah.
You in the wrong business, girl.
But they should do that for you too. It should always be reciprocated.
Yeah, it's a two-way street, 100%.
Yeah.
All those different aspects. Ollie, you're in a relationship. So when you look at your girlfriend, what do you envision as a wife? Do you envision her like having your child? Do you envision her keeping the house in order? Is she able to anchor you when you're having a bad day? Like, what is that? What does it entail? Because I do understand what you say when like, oh, the girlfriend or the wife is the girlfriend that you've been dating all this time. But I feel as you progress in the boyfriend and girlfriend stage, you see certain like attributes and traits that come out of her that you're like, oh, that identifies as a wife. Like there's specific key moments that you're like, oh, this is wifey shit. This is not regular girlfriend shit.
Yeah, or it would be stuff like that, like me being able to just tell her that I had a rough day, blah blah, and then she's there to listen or just give some input.
Right.
Like that's cool. Some girls don't give a damn.
No, they really don't.
I mean, again, it's not like a guy gives you like a lot of input too, right?
Right.
So it's like you ask a guy like, "How was your day?" You always hear like, it was chill.
Mm-hmm.
But then when he's talking to his homies about it, he's like giving like all the full gore details, and it's kind of. But it's different because we just feel like our day's gonna bore you guys. It'll bore you guys because honestly, it's not you guys talking. And but overall, it's like like my girlfriend right now has qualities to be a wife.
Right.
And it's just right now, it's just enjoying us. I'd rather enjoy us right now, what we are, and still learn what who she is, right?
Yeah.
Like, I learned that she's a shy girl,
Mhm.
you know, but not, you just learn your girlfriend, like, and then now I use it against her, you know?
What you were saying too about how men will like go to their homeboys and just divulge in their terrible thing into all like the different layers of it, and then they go to their girlfriend like, oh, just chill. I think there's two sides to that. One side is men are like socially and culturally programmed to the norm of you just kind of have to keep everything internal and you don't want to like stress your woman out and just keep things together because you're the man and you're supposed to have your shit together, and God forbid you show an emotion. And kind of to piggyback off of that, women, it's like all over social media and even in like personal experiences too, like a man opens up to them and they're like, oh, I got the ick. Like, why is he so dramatic about certain things, or why is he so sensitive about this? But then they get upset when they have a nonchalant man who doesn't open up to them. So it's confusing to me that a man wants to sit here and open up to you, and then he does, and then you shut him down. And then on the flip side, now he's more reclusive and nonchalant with you. And like now you're just like, oh, he has no emotional depth, or he doesn't tell me certain things. He keeps things from me. But it's like you kind of have to also take a step back and realize why that is.
For a girl, it's like you have to create like a safe space
100%.
for us to, you know, fully be, because it's scary sometimes to be vulnerable. You know, sometimes it's terrifying to fucking fillet yourself open and show that vulnerability or what you're going through at that moment. You're able to be present and really listen, then it becomes so much easier. Then it becomes this thing where every time something happens, the first person you want to call to tell them what's going on is your partner.
Yeah.
And that's when it's great, and it should be for both.
I agree. I don't think it's entitled to just one gender, because we are all humans of nature, and those emotions are granted to everyone. We're not like these super extraterrestrial aliens that don't know how to develop these emotions and feelings. So when they share like about their day, and you said it was because it's not about us that we don't want to hear about it. I don't agree fully. My perspective is what I just divulged on.
Yeah, because I'm like, I want to know. But
it's also, I feel like it could be 2 to 3 things, right? One, and not in a specific order, but like one, where like sometimes because it's not about you, you're not fully interested. Because there's been instances when I'm telling my story, and then she finds something, or that person finds something relatable, and then they start talking about their story relatable to that thing, right? So that could be one of them. 2, it could be another thing where like we know the stuff that we're going to tell you. There's little to nothing you can do about it.
Right.
In helping us in any way.
But even just expressing that is help in itself.
Yeah.
We don't always have to have a solution.
Sure. Yeah. But like I said, it's just, so why bring it up, right? If I can't get a solution,
I think that's the logical sense.
It's like, why bring it up?
On men's side, where us, sometimes, like, I'll call you and I'll tell you, like, I just want to vent.
Right.
I just want to fucking have verbal diarrhea for a couple of minutes, and then I'll feel better once I express that. If you feel that if there isn't a solution to this, then why even go into it?
And third thing can be, unfortunately I've witnessed it, is where now that vulnerability becomes a weapon for the woman.
Right? That's fucked up.
And it could be unintentional or intentional, but it's just where like something could go wrong, and then
they'll hit you where it hurts. Yeah, they'll use literally what you.
For example, like just say the guy's like, "Hey babe, I'm sorry, I can't take you out tonight. The money's really tight, right?"
And then they go on talking to their friends.
I've been telling you that I've been trying to save up, or I've been telling you that I'm trying to pay something off. And then the girl was like, "Well, who told you to spend all your money?" Or like, "It's not my fault. Like, you don't have money."
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, I've been spending like 80% of my money on you. So what are you talking about? It is probably your fault. But in a way, it's kind of just like, all right, if you're gonna come at me like that, then why am I gonna tell you shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's something my girlfriend, fortunately, can get over. Which like, I'm sorry, I can't go out. All right, let's just go buy something from the store and make something out of it.
Right.
So that's, like I said, that's one of those qualities that makes a wife too. Because I'd rather just enjoy where we're at.
But I agree with that too, because I do see myself being with my partner for the long haul, and it makes me excited in a sense that like I do want to get married one day and I want to have babies and stuff like that. And I would love for all of that to just happen in like the snap of a finger. But also, if you're going to see yourself with this person for a very long time, I am very, very big on taking things so slow, because there's going to be so much time to do all the fun things and just like unravel them as they come. So why would I want to just rush everything and get it all done now? And then we have like this second half of our life together. And it's like, damn, we already did all the cool stuff. So I get what you say about like wanting to enjoy your time, because babies can come later. Because right now I still want to travel and experience my life as like Taylor and my partner, just as us, versus Taylor and her partner with 2 kids, and then they got soccer practice and ballet rehearsal, and they barely get a date night every 2 months, you know? So I definitely agree about taking things slow.
But that also means that you get to see who a person really is when fucking shit hits the fan.
Yeah.
100%. And
when things get tough, when things go crazy, when it's really fucking hard and someone has hit rock bottom, that's exactly who that person is.
Right.
And it's paying attention to those things.
And that's important too, because you really want someone who's going to stick by your side and drive you through all of the waves of life, because there's so many different ones. And I think that's another wife quality that differentiates like girlfriend versus wife, because you can have a really cool girlfriend who likes all the fun of dating and all the really nice brand things, but then like you said,
when things get real,
yes, who's really going to stick by your side, like actually. And I was having this conversation the other day about how a man values and respects a woman more who can actually stay and hold it down when shit gets rough and work with him through certain things, rather than like, oh, I just can't handle this. He's not prepared. He doesn't have any of his shit together. This, and that, because, he's just not there right now. So I got to leave because I got to go somewhere where the man's already prepared and he has the potential and he's set to go. But why does that always have to be the situation? I think there's nothing wrong with building someone and growing with them while they're in the process of becoming the man or the woman they're supposed to be.
But they have to show that too, because there are some people that they come across terrible situations and they break. Mm-hmm. And they just fold. And no matter what you say, you try to come up with solutions and all they do is come up with excuses.
Right.
So you can't help somebody that isn't willing to help themselves either.
Very true. Yes.
So it's just paying attention to those things. Because there are some that something happens and then it breaks them. Mm-hmm. And they don't know how to get out of it.
Right.
Yes. Having a good woman next to you will make me want to work harder.
Yeah.
It levels up in ways that...
But I also think that it has to come from... I think the man has to be open to constructive criticism as well, though. Because I think that it's necessary to grow as a person. I think constructive criticism, whether it be your partner or your friends or a family member, I think it's crucial to your, evolution as a human being. I think you should always want to be better, stronger, wiser, smarter, all of that. And a lot of men, I feel, have a hard time with taking constructive criticism. And there's a big difference between saying something constructively and it's coming from a place of love to say like, hey, I'm trying to make you aware of something that obviously you're not aware of.
Right.
And a girl that just wants to bitch about everything.
Exactly. Yeah. Nag.
Yeah.
So what's y'all's, your high praised husband material? What's that looking like?
For me, I would say my number one thing would be someone a man that's very, very authentic. If you're confident, that goes a long fucking way.
Even if you're not, fake it till you make it really works. Sometimes you gotta fake it.
Confidence is definitely a mental thing.
Yeah, it really is. I need someone that mentally stimulates me.
I agree.
You could be good looking, but if you open your mouth and you say some dumb shit, you just went from a 10 to a 2.
Nah, because that's really how it'd be, like, more towards, like, mentally stimulating. Some people don't even have a personality. All they have is just a pretty face.
Yes!
Yeah.
Yes! Oh my God. Yeah, I can do that. You have to have a great personality. Make me laugh.
Yes.
Be funny.
Someone who makes me feel like a child, for real. Like I can actually just like be like a little girl around them. Because I don't get very like childlike or giddy unless I'm like really like in love with someone and I'm really comfortable and vulnerable with them. That's a
Yeah.
husband trait for sure. Also, protectiveness. I think the deeper you love someone, the more protective you get over them. So that's definitely a husband trait for me. Someone who can ground me when I'm very overwhelmed. That is a number one husband
Yes.
quality, 1000%, because I have a very fast-paced mind and it's like a hamster wheel that is literally just on cocaine going as fast as it can. And for me, I need a partner that can feel that not only like energetically, but can see it on me physically and just really ground me. That's a husband thing for sure.
Yeah, my mom has given me a lot of good gems. And one of them, she said, look, you don't have to look for a guy that has money because they could lose all of it from one day to the next. She was like,
Real quick.
she was like, look for someone that's a hard worker. Because once he has that instilled in him, if something happens, he'll pick himself up because he is a hard worker.
Yes.
So that is something that, you know, was important for me too. Another gem that she dropped on me too was pay attention to how he treats his mother, because how he treats his mother
Amen.
is how he's going to treat you.
Yep.
And I experienced that. You know, my ex-husband fucking hated his mom. And I mean, I'm not even going to get into that, but he was awful.
Right.
Mark, on the other hand, adored his mother. His mother was like his ride or die, his fucking best friend, called her for everything, was there for her till her dying breath. Like, and it's the same way that he is with me. Right. And for me, kindness is something that's extremely sexy. When I see a man being just generally kind, that's a massive turn on for me.
Yep. That concludes today's part 1 series of the Battle of the Sexes, where we just dived into the masculine and feminine energy and all the different qualities that we look for in partners and husbands and wives. Again, I just wanted to thank my guests today for joining me. Tune in next time to where we dive more into the Battle of the Sexes and take on hot takes as well as double standards. Bye!